Hello, and welcome to Health and Fitness Redefined. I'm your host, Anthony Amen. Join me today as we take a dive into the world of health and fitness, where we learn to overcome adversity, depict fact versus fiction, and see health and fitness in a whole new light. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we have the mind power lady. That is right. Dr. Angela Wilson is here with us today to talk all about the unconscious mind. I am super excited to do this episode coming from someone who has a psychology background and knows a little bit about it, but I'm going to be blown away as she told me about all this stuff she's about to teach us. So without further ado, let's welcome her to the show, Dr. Angela Wilson. Welcome to the show today.
It's my pleasure to be here, serve your audience.
I am super excited to have you here and for all of our listeners to just hear what you have to say all about the unconscious mind, which to me is untapped. And when you have something that's you have this untapped potential, when you can really learn about it, it can really open your mind up to so many new possibilities. But before we really get into that, why don't you just tell everyone about you? Who is Dr. Angela Wilson? Take it away.
Okay, and I am from Australia, Brisbane. China is the country of my birth. Australia is the country of my choice. And the reason I'm going to share with you the power of the unconscious mind because I was born unwanted. My mom's want to drown me to death at my birth, and I was forced to save myself because nobody was there for me. Nobody put me under their wing. That's the time when I found the magic, the secret in the largely inaccessible unconscious mind. And the most professionals and in the psychology, whatever field, they think that they are tapped into the unconscious mind. Actually, is not. Actually, what they tap into is the subconscious mind. Subconscious mind is different from unconscious mind.
So you're first of all, that is a horrible intro story. I am so sorry to hear that. That's pretty shocking and not something you really think about over here. So I'm grateful you're here. Really, really am. But you're sort of talking a little bit about people will believe they untap the unconscious mind, but it's really the subconscious mind. Our audience, just a little brief explanation. What is the difference between conscious, subconscious, and unconscious?
Okay, we can do like this, like a checklist. If you really tap into the unconscious mind, you don't need rely on lifelong effort on meditation or mind rewiring or any kind of technique to try to get rid of stress or overwhelmed feeling. If you have that feeling and you need to constantly use technical music, mind rewiring, or meditation, that means you use your subconscious mind. That's it. I'm the first one who introduced unconscious mind, connect unconscious mind with conscious mind. I'm called the authority of the unconscious mind because I go through this. Since my birth, I'm working on this. Implement in daily business, career, personal life. That's why I never trapped any mental health issue, although I have been going through ongoing catastrophic events in my life. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so you were able to figure out how to tap into the unconscious mind without using any sort of meditation or mindfulness training, and you were able to kind of implement, which has helped you succeed in life. Can you tell us a little bit about what that looks like, what it looks like to help tap in, how other people can possibly reciprocate that?
Put like this, I was able to find the secret which most globally, like gurus, spiritual leaders, masters, like even Steve Jobs, who mastermind, failed, was because I found that at childhood, when we are a child, our mind is open, So if our life journey and leading us to that position that you won't survive, like when I was. I have to find a way. So it's not about, oh, I have fear, I escape. I cannot escape because I was facing the threat of being killed or even poisoned by my parents, my doctor parents, every day. So I was living like in the position. There is no better way find something, find the power that I can escape the pain. That's the reason. Yeah, and for adults, you can see globally everyone, so many people are learning different technique. Yeah, so many techniques. They still need a meditation, do this. Why? Because this 10% subconscious mind and 10% conscious mind is controlled by the 80% unconscious mind. That's the reason. And that's unconscious mind. Why is not able to accessible? Because it's controlled by invisible forces. I have proof to here. I'm so happy I found this. There is a book. Yeah, there is a book from Napoleon here. Most people who love success, money, all know Napoleon here. And this book called Outwitting the Devil. He used a metaphor. Devil actually means invisible forces. And so many success people, everyone already read this, maybe numerous times. Maybe they think they understand, but they have no solution. That's why they still do meditation. Yeah, you can do meditation as a lifestyle. But if you try to rely on that and to save your life, yeah, to try to be able to, really help you to really dominate your life, it doesn't work. That's why you can say India, so many people are dying. Although India is a country, everyone understands meditation. Everyone understands praying. Everyone understands what's it called, healing, right? Why it doesn't work? Explained in this book. However, in this book, Napoleon Hill interviewed the invisible forces, but the answer, the invisible forces, so-called devil, try to manipulate our mind. That's the reason. We think that, we follow the answer, but doesn't work. That's why I have the training video. I have the training video on the website path-to-liberty.com. Yeah, and explain the detail. What happens, I share with you. It's like this. He explained. He dominate the part of the mind. Humans are not using it. Which part? Unconscious mind. So the universe, what happens? The universe use the ecosystem. Yeah, we human beings are the species, yeah, on Earth. We have to follow the ecosystem. And the ecosystem use invisible forces to working on our unconscious mind 24/7, prepare our mind to trap us to the misery. Why? Because the earth needs negative energy. Why? Because negative energy keep the vibration very low on earth. That's why human being can enjoy the life. The point is we want to enjoy human life and experience, but we don't want to suffer. Yeah? So if we don't want to suffer, what we do, we just take over the control of that part of the mind. How to do it? First, we need to be aspiring, have ambition. That's very important. And if we are mentally lazy, it doesn't work. Why? Mind is energy. Yeah. So only when we have ambition, we are aspirational, and we want to really be in initiative, have a goal, have purpose in life, then that means we have the warrior spirit. Does that make sense? And this warrior spirit prepare you to what? To be ready, take over the lost land, the lost territory. Does it make sense now?
So you need ambition. You need some kind of goal, which is something actually we've talked about on this show, where it can release dopamine in your brain when you get close to a goal. It's not the sense of achieving it, but it's a sense of working towards something that gives you that dopamine release and keeps your body moving. So I absolutely love that. Keep going. That's really good.
And also when we have the ambition, we are ready. Then we just need to know how to take over the control of the territory. This is unconscious mind field, is a battlefield, and people don't see it. That's why so many people who are mentally diagnosed with a health issue, they can fear something is going on in the mind. Yeah, what is that? That's why they use all kinds of technique. It doesn't work. Still have ADHD, PTSD, all this kind of issue. That's why Richard Branson, who are super rich, have all the resources, cannot get rid of ADHD. That's why psychiatrists said ADHD actually can give an advantage in business. But we don't need that advantage. Even ADHD can trigger something, maybe like a creativity, whatever. But once we tap into the unconscious mind, we can automatically have that without suffering. Point is, when we have a mental health issue unsolved, emotional mental health issue, what happens? I share with you. When suddenly we caught by coma, accident, we lost conscious, what happens? Unconscious mind take over the control. So if we are not able to control the unconscious mind, then we have to rely on luck, miracle. However, we understand how to dominate the unconscious mind. Even we lost conscious, our unconscious mind will going to serve us. That's different. Especially at the time when we are leaving the earth, like at the gate. Now, because COVID-19, people are worried about death. Yeah, I saw some hosts. They also talk about grave. Yeah, I share with you. When we are able to tap into the unconscious mind, we actually dominate this part. Yeah, this energy. We have no fear. No fear, zero fear of death. Because what happens? Why we have a fear? Because we don't know what happens on the other side. But once we dominate this part, this energy will be like it's like a fuel. Yeah, it's like you launch your skyrocket. Yeah, and this one will be take you the highest place you can go. You don't need to worry about anything. That's the point. That's the point. So ambition is important, but we put like this. So many success people globally, celebrities, billionaires, they are all ambitious, But their part happens, their super mental strengths become the enemy to actually tap and kill them. Create mental health issue and eventually kill them. Why it's like that? Because they are not able to tap into that part. Then the universe is written in the book, chapter 7, use hypnotic rhythm to let us chasing the tails. So we feel good, everything awesome, everything in control. But second day, it's trapped. It's all designed by universe. So the only chance not to drink drink poison to quench thirst is have to take over this unconscious mind. So ambition is first one. Second one is to identify the loopholes in the consciousness when we think, because our brain, we all know, is follow the society. Nothing wrong with that, but we just need to identify the loopholes. That's where I come from. Identifying the loopholes and also identifying the loopholes in the subconscious mind, conscious mind, subconscious mind. Once we are able to working on this and clean up, what happens is automatically the path to the unconscious mind is open. That's it. The point is, yes.
Can you talk about that a little bit more? So you're saying identify loopholes inside of it. So finding what would that look like, and can you give an example of it?
Put it like this. Every coaches, mentors, when they teach people, teach their clients or whoever, when they start teaching or they give an instruction or suggestion, they use the mind which is controlled by unconscious mind.
Okay.
So the teach can be awesome, but when I come forward, compare the difference is because I see what's going on in the unconscious mind of that person. which the unconscious mind actually is at the moment is controlled by other forces. So I actually remove the ticks. Does that make sense now?
Yeah.
That is completely different. For example, it's like you need to ask me some detailed question. Otherwise, it's too, it's not cannot be clear, because everyone is different. Like people have a business and working with a business partner and try to identify if this partnership is okay or not. Yeah, I will ask a specific question. Then what he thought never be a problem. Once he come to me, he will say is a problem, because I can see what might going to happen. That's it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So to give an example, if you want me to be more specific, take what's going on in the world now. We'll stick with the business partnership we were talking about. So let's say you're a business owner who COVID completely shut your business down. You have the anxiety and fear of losing your business. What's some way you could help take that to tap in to help make sure maybe you'll be able to pay your employees or pay yourself?
You are talking about the anxiety.
Yeah, the anxiety of worrying about losing everything as a small business owner.
Yeah, that's the point. Because you worry you lose everything. But everything we experience on Earth is for a purpose. So first we need to understand what's the purpose you have on Earth.
How do you figure that out?
Put like this. We will lose it anyhow when we retired. Give example. Macau Taipong in casino business is called Stanley Home. Yeah, he didn't want to die, and he lived in life like a king. Yeah, he has his empire. He dominated everything. He has several wives. He has a lot of grandchildren. You know what happens when he getting old? His life was not that. Oh no, his health was not that good anymore. He lost the control of his assets, everything. So he lost everything. What he didn't lose is he was still sitting in the wheelchair. Compare with COVID-19, what we lose. Yeah, he didn't go through COVID-19. He lost everything because all his families and children took away all his shares. Why like that? Because when we're getting older, our health is not that good anymore, and all those people who follow us are dying. Yeah, at our age, and the new generation want to follow your children because they will be the future. So lose everything anyhow. Then also what happens when he getting older, he didn't want to die. He spent so much money. From the news, it's like he spent over $1 billion Hong Kong dollars trying to save his life, to live a longevity, but still died. You know what happened? At the time when he died, his face looked so scared. That means what? He lived in the fear. Why live in the fear? Why he was not living here as a king in his empire. So when he was so successful, he never thought something will lose control. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So now, without COVID-19, if we do not tap into the unconscious mind, we will lose everything anyhow, because we will maybe caught up by dementia. When we tap into unconscious mind, we will not caught up by that. Where does dementia come from? Dementia comes from other invisible forces. Why? You can talk to people who have a dementia. They have different personalities, like not them. It's like not they are talking. Someone else is talking through them. Because this. So it's not because COVID-19 we have anxiety. It's because we are not able to tap into the unconscious mind. To remove that is very easy. You need to find how to tap into that. That's where I come from. I'm the first one globally working on this. That's the reason I spent my whole life working on this, and I know how it works. So it's not about anxiety because COVID-19. It's because you haven't been able to tap into unconscious mind. You just need to take this over. That's what I give consultation. So I give consultation. Yeah, I help you remove all the root cause, identify root cause in the consciousness, subconscious. Then you just learn how to work in your business. Then I help you to build up a different business strategy. My business can never be this level if not because of COVID-19. COVID-19 is not the issue. The issue is how your mind can focus on what you can do and go through, find the other level. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it totally does. It's more or less that it's not the current issue. It doesn't matter if it's COVID or someone passed or whatever it may be. It's just you have anxiety, which is something that you need to fix personally, and that outside source is making it worse.
Yeah, that's right. And also anxiety, when people have anxiety, normally they already have unsolved issue before. Because they accumulate, they think it's okay, I don't need to take care of that. But now, because COVID-19 is getting worse, right? The good thing is with me, can get rid of all that. I just take you to the unconscious mind. Unconscious mind is basically is a paradise. All this suffering doesn't exist once you are able to get into that. All this suffering is not belongs to the unconscious mind, but triggered by other invisible forces working on you. That's it. And I want to give you another example. You talking about the food, right?
Yeah.
Like this, the difference between unconscious mind and the subconscious mind, how to work with the food. If put like this, you can find so many examples. People live a very put like the perfect diet, yeah, like balanced lifestyle, organic food, perfect diet, yeah. By the way, I'm certified nutritionist, dietitian. I'm even certified chef. I'm even chef, yeah.
Wow.
And I came from the herbal medicine family. My father carried 10 generation, and also my both parents are doctors. I was with them in the medical field for 20 years. So what happens with diet? If we don't know how to work in the unconscious mind, we try so our best to use organic food, perfect diet, we still well caught up by physical, emotional, mental health issue. Why? We are relying on the physical body. Albert Einstein said, everything is energy. Our physical body is energy. Our emotion is energy. Our unconscious mind is energy. So once we are able to tap into the unconscious mind, I share with you, the higher level capacity you go, the less you need to rely on food, perfect food or nutrition. I don't eat like what is instructed and need healthy food. No, I don't. And also, last year, because the COVID-19 suddenly come, you know what happens? There's so many people in panic in going to supermarket because there will be a shortage of food, right? So
Yeah.
I actually took some food, some meat I never took before, like canned meat or this kind, yeah, to put inside my body to a store in case something happen, yeah. But then what happens then if suddenly I know food and I actually can use the mind, tap into unconscious level, you know what to do? I can actually dominate what's going on inside my body. I can remove the nutrition from one part to the other part. That's what happened. I trained this so long time ago.
That's interesting. So you're kind of saying that you can kind of have the power and control over your body, which is a very new and upcoming field, to be honest. A lot of people wouldn't even bother listening to this like 10 years ago, but now we're seeing more and more. They did a huge study on the vibration your cells have just based upon your mood. So
that's the point. The point is based on mood. That means you are not control your mood.
yeah,
When you tap into unconscious mind have no emotion. It's purely, once you are there, you purely see the facts, and you can just consciously use conscious to working on what you need to do. And there is example and masters, his whole life only eat grasses, white grasses. If he was lucky, he eats sweet potato. He never got sick. And he only eat once a day if he got a chance to do it. Otherwise, he had no food. He never gets sick.
I love that.
Yeah. So I have been working on this field for half a decade now. Or not half a decade, a half century now. Yeah, since my birth, I'm working on this. So if we put like this, outward is unpredictable. Yeah. So what we can rely on is ourselves. But if we do not even be able to predict what's going on in the unconscious mind, life of course out of control.
Yeah, it's just really interesting to kind of see the difference. I mean, we always talk about you have to do A, B, C, D, E to be healthy or do this. And then you hear about monks that don't eat for days. And all they do is just work on mindfulness. And I've seen videos. I'm sure you're familiar. There's some Buddhist monks who live in the Himalayas, and they take these ice cold blankets, like they dip them in freezing water, and they put them on top of these monks. And within minutes, the blanket's steaming hot because they're able to transfer the energy from their bodies into the blankets and make it now a hot, steamy blanket, which is something that sounds like made out of a movie, but it is legit true. And it just shows the power of the mind.
But the point is, when this monk come to the real life, it will not work again because they are isolated from practical real life, commercial life. Yeah. So I'm teaching the technique how to bridge the gap between physical, metaphysical. Yeah, between so-called enlightenment and the real practical commercial lifestyle. By the way, I was a nun couple of months, long time ago, and I was in the process to be a nun forever. Then I saw so many religion gurus actually they suffer health issue. I end up actually teach their disciples or help them to remove their issues. That's why I said I need to quit. Although I was thought I was the betrayer, but to me is not about I do things. It's about if I do these things can give me the outcome or not I looking for. Does it make sense now?
Yeah, absolutely. That's very, very interesting.
Yeah, I was the insider of all this practice. Remember, for me to be able to show into the world, talking about this, I have go through all this testing. I invested over $1 million in the past decades, testing, checking everything, not including the all the qualification and with billionaires, all this. So whenever you ask a question, I already gone through that. Because
that's good.
Because I want to find always next level of unknown. Does that make sense?
It really does. And what else can people do from home if they don't have access to you? Is there anything that other people can kind of work on to help maybe reach the unconscious mind?
Very simple, because I know currently because COVID-19 and people are suffering and many people actually financially not as good as before. So I actually offer a give a very good offer. So what to do, everyone can go to the website path2liberty.com, and then you just go there. You can find so cheap the video training and also the downloadable book. I think currently it's just $7. Everyone can afford the $7. And then what happens? That every 10 days you will get 3 emails, and inside there you will see all different videos and tips, and also you can click the consultation. And in that 1 hour consultation, I can immediately help you to understand the highlight of your current issue. Yeah, and also 3 steps you can to tap into the freedom. One is a 1 hour consultation with me. One is just a half day or 1 day. Yeah, they build up your whole life strategy and help you to understand all the loopholes. Yeah, all is recorded. Then also this half day or 1 day will also build the GPS for the rest of your life. Cover what? Cover your business, career, personal life, everything. Success, wealth, everything. Whatever you answer will be there. Yeah. Then when you're ready, I take you to play with the unconscious mind. It's so beautiful. Everything in the mind is what? Is energy. Different energy. I teach you how to serving through the energy wave. Oh, so beautiful feeling. Just a 2 step, easy. So you can get rid of all the pain instantly.
Love it. And just like as a last point, what's some like take home message you can leave to people? What's one message you really want to get across to all of our listeners today?
Put like this, we have to be realistic. I'm a super realistic person, yeah, rational person. That's why I am able to introduce the unconscious mind to you. And everyone looking for human potential. And I think it's time to stop chasing tails. It's time to stop drinking poison to quench the thirst. It's time to really hit the nail of the head. That's unconscious mind. I'm looking forward to serve you. I'm looking forward to see you all.
And thank you. And just real quick, once again, how can people get a hold of you? You just want to run the website through or for email? And you said there's something about a potentially might be able to get a free copy of the book. So
yes.
Go for it.
Yeah, if they want to get a free copy and they can get a quote, I will send to you. Yeah, and I will give you. They need to put a quote, a coupon. Yeah, put in the coupon, they can get a free copy. Yeah, I will send to you.
Can't beat that. You heard it here first, guys. And thank you, Dr. Angela Wilson, for coming on. Her website is pathtoliberty.com. Highly recommend. And thank you guys for joining us on this week's episode of Health and Fitness Redefined. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button and join us next week as we dive deeper into this ever-changing field. And remember, fitness is a journey, not a destination. Until next time.